guys, welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
And I'm Ethan. And today we're going to be going over Minuteman kit. This is kind of a continuation of what we've been doing on our other channel. It's called Reloads and Reps. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you head on over there. But we did EDC and then Line 2 gear. This is going to be kind of in conjunction with the Line 2 gear. This is if something bad was to happen right now, this is exactly what I would grab, including my Line 2 bag that you can see in the, we'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, it'll be in there.
So if you guys haven't checked that out, go check it out and come back and finish up watching this. But I will grab that bag, this duffel bag, and my battle belt, and then I'll be out the door. This is just kind of what I've developed. And I'm not going to say as an expert, but as a former infantryman that did deploy to Iraq, this is kind of what I have.
Kind of loosely based off your...
Well, just what I've...
your go kit, maybe?
Yeah, my go bag. You know,
yeah.
This is like what I've kind of developed, thinking if I ever came into that situation again, what would I want on me? And this is kind of what I've developed. So
let me ask you something real quick. If just brief overview, what would be a Minuteman bag be?
So a Minuteman bag
yeah.
is going to be, let's just say, yeah, you know, Red Dawn situation, parachutes are falling from the sky, SHTF, shit hit the fan, whatever it may be. Get a notification that, you know, say you call me up like, hey man, we got to go, we got to do this right now. I'm grabbing this bag, this belt, that Line 2 bag, and I'm going out the door. And this will sustain me in any kind of tactical situation that I can think of for, you know, for a slightly extended period of time.
Yeah. All right, well, instead of edging them some more, you want to go ahead and crack this thing open and let them look at it?
Let's get into it.
All right.
Yeah. So let's get that out of the way. Up front, you guys see the shadow systems. That's just an example of my EDC. So if something does pop off, I'm probably going to have something Glock based on me. So it's either going to be this or my rolling special over there. But by chance, before we get into the actual bag, if I don't have a handgun on me, I do have a spare Glock 17. This is a Larry Vickers Gen 3 RTF 2 finish.
That frame though.
With a
I love
great,
that frame.
Best frame Glock's
best
ever
frame
made,
they've
probably.
ever done, yep.
It's got a silencer co-threaded barrel and then a CMG trigger, which is But
is that the flat face trigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just kind of a spare gun I keep in here, and I've also got a spare Surefire X300 Ultra, just an OG one that can make it work in conjunction with my holster setup. So we'll get that out of the way. But this bag is a Vertex bag. I'm not sure which one it is, but you get on vertex.com and they've got a whole host of different duffel bags and stuff. And this is a
plethora, if you will.
But it's a good heavy duty bag. I like it a lot. So we'll get into the front portion first. So you unzip this, I've got all kinds of stuff in it. I've got zip cuffs, the whole thing, 2032 batteries. I'm not going to pull all these out, but you guys hopefully can see in the camera view. There's CR123 lithium ions. There's AA lithium ions. And then there's some more kind of down in here, but there's just a whole host of batteries, because batteries are something that you're going to need if you're in a fighting situation. You got to keep on feeding the light, feeding an optic, whatever it may be. You want to have plenty of batteries. I've got an extra just single mag carrier with, I think, more of those Remington Rangers or whatever they are. You'll see why this is in there in a second. This is a backpacking spoon, long-handled titanium spoon. I've got a Hydra Pack collapsible water bottle in here. I've got a Cat9 B-free water filter. This will actually thread directly onto this. That's the reason why I have this one in there.
That's convenient.
So there's a liter. I think this is a 2 or 3 liter one. I can't remember off the top of my head, but enough that I can refill it and get some water if need be. So this bag opens all the way up. This one's a Camp Chef. I have a couple jet boils and stuff, but this one is a little bit less expensive, but it's also a lot larger. So I've got a Camp Chef, you know, stove for boiling water. We'll do kind of the food first. I've got 5, I believe it's been a minute since I've gone through this. I've got 5 freeze-dried meals, something to keep you fueled up. So that's kind of the, we'll also over in here, we'll go over this too. I've got a small fire starting kit that I keep in here. So it's got a ferrocerium rod, lighter, some
Is it like the,
trioxane fuel bar,
okay,
small flashlight, and one
It's
of
not
these
small.
one of these Orion. It's like a mini flare pretty much. It's just made for getting a fire going. So here I've got one of these little Magpul DACA cases. In here I've got some zip ties, and then I've got a full cleaning kit with a 5.56 bore snake, a pick, some lube down in there, just stuff to kind of keep your gun up and going if you have to. And then this is not like a get home bag or anything, but I do have this little tactical bivy in case you got to try to catch some Z's real quick. You've got at least a little bit of shelter from wind, rain, whatever. And then the last kind of comfort item is I've got a thing of dude wipes.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, those are, if you're out in a tactical situation, that was one of the main things I used when I was out in the field or deployed, is use baby wipes a lot. And this isn't like a long-term sustainment pack. This is a grab and go, you know, give you a little something if you got to, you know, do a couple days out in the field. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra, just 30 round standard mags. So we've got 5 mags here. I've got 1 extra mag in the battle belt.
Yep.
And then we'll get in here to the plate carrier.
Meat potatoes of it.
So you just tuck that in there. So this is exact same setup that Logan had in his Christmas special, and that you see him run for the most part. Haley Strategic.
Micro chest rig.
Yeah, micro chest rig. I've got an extra Glock mag. I believe this I've got Federal HSTs in.
Not poverty.
Yeah. And then everything I have, I try to do kind of like a standalone kit. So if I could only grab this, I didn't grab the battle belt, I can fight out of this. I've got 3 reloads, and these are actually 177 or 77 grain Sierra Match Kings. So these are going to be my first 3 reloads. Then I've got a multi-tool here. I think it's a Gerber super tool or whatever it is. It's the one I was issued actually while I was in. But decent little multi-tool, nothing great. It's definitely not the Signal or the Alpha.
It's got a ruler on it.
Or I said Signal, not the Alpha or the Arc. And then here, once again, batteries. I've got one of these Therm cell volts, I think is what it's called.
Yes, that's
but
what, yep, that's
got
what
a
it
couple of Cloud Defensive 18650s, and then a whole host of Surefire CR123s, and then I've got another one of these. Like I said, I believe they're called the cell volts, but it's got some AAAs in there, some lithium ion AAAs. And then just something for you guys to consider too, if you're setting up a kit that you're going to be, you know, not using every day, you're going to kind of spend extra money and get lithium ions. Last thing you want to do is try to grab one of your headlamps or a flashlight or something, and the batteries have corroded, blown up on you, and the light's useless. So,
And not even just that, they just die.
Yeah.
Heck of a lot quicker.
And everybody's going to want to set up their kit, you know, how they want it, or how, you know, specific to yourself. This is just some ideas, but for me, I always carry these. These are prescription Oakley sunglasses so I can see, but just in case I've got to do some night ops, that's a pair of prescription safety glasses that are clear. I've got an extra pair of Peltor hearing protection. I think these are just the TAC 100, something cheap. Hopefully I've got mine on me, but if I've got to grab this bag and go, definitely don't want to be shooting a 10.5-inch gun inside without hearing protection.
We'll just do it 2 or 3 times. You don't have to worry about hearing protection.
You have to worry about hearing. And then I've got a pair of Mechanics Impact tactical gloves with leather palms on them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only last thing I have in the bag is the H harness for this chest rig.
Yeah.
If I just want to take this off and run it, you know, run no body armor, I can.
Slick.
Other thing I forgot to mention, this is a full-blown, like, crazy IFAK in here with everything you can think of, and the dangler pouch. So, but yeah, so that's kind of the Minuteman kit. This goes, like I said, in conjunction with the Line 2 gear and your EDC stuff. So, in theory, I never don't have that stuff on me.
Yeah.
And if I'm grabbing this bag, I keep that red bag, my Line 2 bag, in the same exact location. So I'm gonna grab that, throw it on my back, grab this, hit the truck, get in the side by side, whatever it may be. and go. But if you guys have been kind of watching this, you'll probably see a lot of redundancies. Like in my Line 2 gear, I have another fire starting kit. I've got another water filtration system. I've got all kinds of the, kind of the same sort of thing. But you got to think about it too. If you're out in the field, you're grabbing and going, running, say Logan, say he doesn't have the setup I do, and he needs some water, or he needs a bite to eat, or he needs an extra mag. You never know what the situation is going to be, and I've never been in a situation where I wanted less ammo.
Yeah.
So ammo's a big one. Have reloads for your weapons. Food, people can say whatever they want. Yeah, you can last a long time without food, but it really sucks exerting yourself.
Yeah. And how do you feel when you're hungry?
Yeah.
You get you get hangry, you get exhausted faster. You
lose
muscles,
strength.
You don't feel the same, and you can't push yourself to that distance.
These are M4 standard issue.
The Duramags or whatever, or
I mean, they're whatever standard issue.
Yeah.
But I know that most of your AR-15s, in fact, all AR-15s that shoot 5.56 should run these.
Yeah.
Where you might have different tolerances on different billet receivers, low receivers or something, where your PMAG or these Lancers might not work. So my theory behind these is to have mags I can pass out to other people, whatever it may be. And if I'm grabbing these, it's gotten really bad. So because I've got 3 77 grain mags, one in the gun, another one in my belt. If I'm digging into these, we've gotten into a pretty good pretty good fight. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions on anything, any ideas, heck, say you're an expert and you think I'm missing something or I've got something here that's dumb, let me know.
Yeah. Let us know.
All right. So in closing, if you guys kind of like, this style of video, let us know. If there's anything else that you've seen kit-wise you want me to go over, you want us to go over, comment down below. This is my setup. Kind of already gone over that. If you are an expert in this subject, though, please feel free to let me know what I'm missing. What I need to change, whatever it may be. Give us some ideas for when we get his kit ready.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it doesn't matter what it is. Throw us a comment like, hey, I like that. Hey, I got something like that too. Hey, I run this instead of that. Just like I said, we just try to get all this information and content out there for you guys, and we do want to create a community. We want you guys to look forward to our videos or shorts or whatever else we want you to comment, whatever it may be. But like I said, this is his, and if you guys have any critiques or whatever it may be, go ahead and throw it down there. Just to reiterate on some stuff that we talked about a couple weeks ago, this channel should be daily, so we're about
2,000.
Yeah, once we hit about 2,000, which we're roughly around
250 away.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, 250, 220, something like that. And then once we hit 2,000, we'll be giving away that bench made bug out. Also with the regular channel or the main channel, whatever you want to be.
Reloads and reps.
Reloads and reps. Link will be in the description for vice versa, both everything. Once we hit 500 subs on that, we'll also be giving away a bench made bug out. It's not the same drawing. It's two totally different drawings, two totally different knives. Podcast is still in the works. We still got that coming down the pipe. But just like we talk about every week, appreciate everything you guys having the comments and subscriptions, the likes, the shares, notification. Make sure that's turned on so when we drop a video, short, whatever it may be.
And also, we're getting close to Christmas time.
Yeah.
So last week on both channels,
yes,
we did Christmas specials where we kind of gave different gift ideas for different price ranges. One's more of an EDC, like a gear guy kind of
like
thing.
A tactical kind of thing.
Another one's more of like a tactical kind of video. So if you guys want something to send your wives, your girlfriends, boyfriend, whatever, hop on over there and watch those and just then send them to your loved ones.
Yeah, beat the crap out of that video, because like we put some time and effort into that video, and
he put a lot of time and effort into editing it.
It's a team effort over here. We put a lot of time and effort into that video, and there's a lot of good stuff on there. Anywhere between $0 to 500 and up. Like we put, there's a lot of items on there that you can pick and choose from, or even just get an idea.
Something for any price range you can think of.
Yep. So with that being said, guys, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, and as always,
we'll see you guys next time with your daily dose of R&R.
See you guys.